Welcome back to Callahan's Corner. We ask the questions, answer them live right here on Facebook. Got a great user submitted question in Service Autopilot by Ryan. So I'm going to open up the screen here, but to break it down, Ryan is wanting to create a custom field that would access from a legacy app when the estimator creates visits for a survey. Ideally, he'd like to gather this information from the field and have it automatically populate into the estimate template. So good news is, Ryan, we have figured this out in my lawn care company about 7 or 8 years ago. So if you've missed the visit, the video is inside Callahan's Corner. I'm going to break this question down for you step by step, how to do this right inside your lawn care company. So first thing we're going to do is go into the Simple Growth Blueprint to give you some context, Ryan, and things you want to be looking at when we build the estimate, connecting it to the custom field. So the first thing I'm looking at, if I'm doing this in my lawn care company or the hundreds of businesses we do this with virtually knee to knee each year inside Service Autopilot, is we are going to go in and blow this up here so you can see it a little bit better. But what we're going to do is go in and create our service name. So I'm going to create this service as, actually I'm going to create this one as shrub pruning. And with our shrub pruning, we've got some variables. So potentially small, medium, and large shrubs and linear feet of hedgerows. We're going to use some either internal production numbers or industry averages. First thing, Ryan, that you want to do is set what is your hourly revenue goal per person. So we're going to imagine this is a one-person crew. So I'm going to say that my maintenance crew here is generating, the goal is $85 an hour, and based on a call of financial break even, that we're running about $42.76 break even. So the delta between these two would be our net profit. So if we're going to build this in the Service Autopilot, what I would do is, if you're using the Simple Growth Blueprint or rebuilding something yourself, I'm going to set this first shrub pruning here and actually have this completely blank. So there is no custom field on this and there is no data. What we've got here is, so this is going to be our parent service. So no custom field on that for your on-site estimate form. Second part here is we're going to have a child service here, and this is going to be the number of small shrubs. So those are going to traditionally run from for 0 to under 3 feet. So each one shrub, if I said it, let's just say, takes us 7 minutes. So 7 divided by 60, that's 0.12 man hours. If we take equals times the hourly rate of $85 an hour that Ryan fictitiously wants, the minimum that Ryan can charge for this shrub is $9.92. Take 1.12 man hours or 7 minutes, and it's costing $4.99. This is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So every 1-to-1 shrubs is an additional $9.92, 0.12 man hours, and $4.99. So obviously I'm making these numbers up here. We do have the industry averages and some data from my company, but I'm going to make a real quick example. How do we do this for small, medium, and large shrubs? And then show Ryan how we build this actually out in Service Autopilot with those custom fields. So we've got our number of medium shrubs. One thing I missed here is our custom field down below is number of small shrubs. And our custom field that Ryan's going to need is a number of medium shrubs. So let's say our medium shrubs are not taking 7 minutes, but they're taking 12 minutes. So once again, do not copy these production rates. I'm just using some ballpark numbers. We are not using industry averages. You really need your own numbers. If you do need some help, feel free to hit us up at sgscall.com and we can get you those numbers and help you set this up. But we're going to do small, medium, and large shrubs and break this down based on Ryan's questions submitted. So we've got our number of large shrubs in here, and based on that, let's say our large shrubs are taking about 32 minutes. So he needs to charge $45.33. So small shrubs less than 3 to less than 6 feet is our medium, and 6 to 10 is our large shrubs. We do the same thing per linear feet of hedgerow, both sides and the top, with or without a ladder. You want those production rates. But ideally here, Ryan, you've got this set up. You've documented your hourly rate, your break even, and we have the numbers here. The one thing you're going to see in Service Autopilot or any of the CRMs is you're not going to have a projected profit per shrub or profit percentage. So we want to blueprint it before we build it. Once we blueprinted it, now it's time to go inside Service Autopilot. So first thing I'm going to do is go into our gear icon and go into custom fields. And as you can see here, we've got some examples we've done in this test account here, but I'm going to go in and create this custom field just so we can see this here. And I'm going to add some plus signs in front of it so I can find it. But this is going to be, as I'm going back to my Simple Growth Blueprint, this is a number of small shrubs. That's the first custom field you're going to want. here, Ryan. And customer, and it's going to be a number, so we can do some math on it. If we wanted to print on the work order, we'd hit here. So save and new. We're going to jockey back and forth to the Simple Growth Blueprint where we've tested the math. And that's going to be a number. Save and new. And now we got our large shrubs. So we're going to build this in this specific order, Ryan, if you're doing this, to make sure your on-site estimate form works correctly and there is no data entry error. Hopefully on Facebook Live here, I have followed the steps. I'm not going to make any data entry errors. But so first step, we've blueprinted. Second step, we've created our custom fields. Next step is we're going to go into our gear icon. Ryan didn't specifically ask this, but if you're watching this, I want to do this in a sequential order that makes sense. So we're going to now build our services for Ryan. So we're going to go back to our blueprint, scroll right to the top. And we're going to add in our parent service of shrub pruning. So we build this out. Our different variables for the custom fields that Ryan's asking for of small, medium, and large shrubs are not actually going to be shown on the estimate for the client, but the back end. That's our imaginary estimate checklist. So once again, for Facebook Live here, I'm adding some plus signs because this test account has more than a few examples in here that we've done as certified advisors since I think back almost 2017 here. So this is not new, but if you haven't seen it, we're here in the Mindset of Abundance to show you how to do it. All right, so this is our parent service. We're going to hit save and new. We're going to go back to our Simple Growth Blueprint. We're going to go in number of small shrubs. Now we've already created that custom field, so we should be able to go in and create this pretty quickly. All right, small shrubs. So every one shrub based on Ryan's fictitious number here is $9.92 and 0.12 man hours or 7 minutes. And for every shrub that he's charging $9.92, it's costing $4.99. The delta between those is his projected profit. And this is a very easy 1-to-1 ratio here on the bottom. So we're building out these matrices here. So we've got Ryan's small shrubs. And now we're going to go over to the blueprint for Simple Growth here and do his medium shrubs. All right, for every one shrub, if Ryan is charging $85 and these medium shrubs are taking him 12 minutes, it's going to be $17 and 0.2. And it is going to be costing him $8.85 based on his break even of $42.76. The difference between those is his net profit. So we're going to go in and drive our equation across the bottom here. And we've got one more variable here. We're going to do number of large shrubs here for Ryan. So number of large shrubs. I'm going to copy and paste this over from the Simple Growth Blueprint. Each shrub, Ryan would be charging $45.33 and 0.53 man hours. And it is costing him $22.81 cost. Now, this is a not a gross profit, but this is bottom line net profit, the difference between the 43 and the 22.81. And that's how we're probably going to want to look at that in Service Autopilot. So we're going to hit save. We've created our parent services, our child services with the custom fields that Ryan wants. We're going to go in and build out the estimate template and then actually build out Ryan's on-site estimate form with all this data. So we're going job estimate templates. We are going to add a template. Call this Facebook Live with Ryan. And we're going to show for both. And we're going to select our document. And this one here probably will work. All right, we're going back to our blueprint now. Going right to the top. Shrub pruning was our first service, and then we had small, medium, and large. So we're going to put that into our template just as it lays. And we're going to go in and grab the other services that Ryan fictitiously is looking at of our small, medium shrubs, and our large shrubs. If you're just joining us, the plus signs in here are just for me to be able to find these a little bit quicker on Facebook Live. Obviously, you would not want there, but we've got shrub pruning, small, medium, and large shrubs. Everything's dialed into a document. So we're going to hit save and close. Now, to Ryan's question, we built the custom fields, the services, the matrices, the service update, and put them in the template. Now we need to go to marketing forms. So Ryan's question here of how do I create this in-person estimate survey? In Simple Growth, we call that the Onsite estimate form. Like I said, we've been doing this probably for 7 or 8 years now. It's not new, but if you're just seeing this, this is important. V2 form, add a form. Just to make sure, depending where you're using this, we want to go in and put our name and address. We're going to map those back to first name, last name. Address is going to be our service address. Depending how you're using the mobile, you may not need this, but we like to put this in here just for best practice. We're probably going to throw a section break in here. This is going to be our shrub pruning section. So as we are going out and delegating this process, we are making some notes here for our folks. And we're going to add a field. So if we go back to the Simple Growth Blueprint, we're not going to build a house without a blueprint. We're not going to build our services without a blueprint. We get small, medium, and large shrubs. So those are our custom fields that we need to put in here. So we're going to add a field. This is going to be our number field. And this is number of small shrubs. All right, map to a custom field. Custom field is going to be our small shrubs with the plus signs. And we're going to go in and update our next one, which is number of medium shrubs. And map that back. And finally, we've got our number of large shrubs. So Ryan, this is a process you would do for all your services. So we go in and actually help companies set this up in an SA setup or a deep dive where we go in and build out 15 to 25 services or sometimes 80 to 100 plus services for folks. But this is the exact process and the mindset of abundance that we do here. But we've mapped them back. Form settings, we're going to go in, add it to the mobile, and get that ready to go. So now we've got a form ready to go. We're going to call this the +++ on-site form for Ryan. All right, save and close. We are going to go in. Finally, last step, Ryan, is we're going to go into any lead or client. Doesn't matter which one. We're going to go for the A for Autosys, something that as a certified advisor, we helped work with John Potoshnik of the Lawn Care Millionaire and co-founder Service Autopilot to develop this concept. But we would have a shortcut here of a form, and this is going to be the Ryan Onsite form from his question, and our form as we start to search. There he is, and we're going to put an alarm clock in there. All right, so what we're going to do now, right from the beginning, if someone calls for a estimate around shrub pruning, Ryan hopefully is going to go in and add the lead. We're going to call this guy tester. We're going to go in, type in the address. It's going to confirm city or town occasionally. We're going to put that email in there. Recommend we assign this as a ticket to someone in the field as an event with a due date to make sure what happens should happen. So under details, I'm going to go in, select residential, commercial, sales. How'd you hear about us? I'm going to say you heard about me from the Every Door direct mailing with the long copy and no picture. So once we get it, we have a duplicate checking. And now we have a lead. Give me a long gray bar across the screen. We're going to go in the office. We would probably go in and add a ticket. So we're going to make an event, and this is going to be an estimate. And the event category is an estimate, and it is a Shrub prune estimate, complete with some typos here live. All right. And once we have that shrub pruning estimate, we're going to copy and paste that in, put some notes, all shrubs except west lot line hedge. Ideally, we are going to go in and set the assignment in here. So we're going to go in and set this up to, we'll have Wayne here is going to do the assignment. We probably would not want appointment time. We do any time on the 27th within 24 hours for an on-site estimate. And we're going to hit save. So that's going to create something that's scheduled and can be done. The idea is when we're done with this ticket, we're going to want to go and actually close it. And in order to close it, we'd make a note on it that it was submitted in person, email, or whatever happened. So we're documenting what happened. So to Ryan's question, though, once we're on site, we're doing the on-site estimate. We're going to go into the Legacy app mobile and grab that under forms. Or if we're doing it with a laptop or Chromebook, we would go on to the on-site estimate form for Ryan. Click into it. Now we save the custom fields. I would suggest putting some notes on here. So small shrubs are less than 3 feet, medium are 3 to less than 6, and 6 to 10 feet are your large shrubs. You're going in and literally calculating 8 shrubs. I've got about 17 medium, and I've got 9 large. So what we're going to do is go in and hit submit. X out of these, or in the mobile, it automatically X's out. Now it's time to go in and add an estimate. What you'll see is an audit trail here of what we've done. And everything's in here. Best practice, do not override this. We need to add or update this, create a new form submission. In addition, under the edit tab, if you're checking for the first time, Ryan, under custom fields, your variables should be in here if we've mapped them back correctly. Obviously, his test account has got more than a few custom field areas. Let's just take a look here. Those should have pulled in. So let's go in, we'll add the estimate. And we're going to go to templates. I believe Ryan started with some plus signs. There it is, Facebook Live Ryan, apply. So it looks like we had an issue. I may have been going too fast, but Ryan, if this happens, I want to show you how to actually test this. So ideally, when we filled out this form, it should have saved the custom fields. So what we want to do is go back in here under marketing forms and double check your submission, Ryan. Right here. If you're moving as fast as I did, it may go in. So I missed the checkbox, or I checked it and it didn't save it. So auto prevent submit, save and close. Let's go back to Ryan here. Fill out his form once again. So it's really important that we do test it before we send it out to the crew. So once again, we got 8 large shrubs. I got 15 medium, and I've got 9 large. So once I save that, that data will now flow into add an estimate. So traditionally, you're not going to be moving this fast, but obviously I'm trying to get this in a Facebook Live quick for you so you can digest it. Facebook Live template for Ryan. Boom. 8 shrubs at $79, 0.96 man hours, costing $39, 49% margin all the way across. So each shrub from your on-site estimate form, Ryan will land there. It'll calculate a price and budget hours. So this whole entire shrub pruning job is $724. Should take 8.73 man hours for one guy or girl, and it'll cost you $373. Net profit is 48%. So we're going to go draft a quote, and we're going to hit save. Scroll up and hit email, and I'll show you how this works, the final part of this. So here's our pre-template email from Callahan's Lawn Care. We've got our 6 major differences why we're different with client testimonials. And we're going to hit send. And I'm going to pull up my email so you can see the final version of this. As we're waiting for that, though, just so quick review, you want to blueprint your services, set hourly rate with break even, set up all your services. Next thing is you're going into Service Autopilot, creating custom fields, create the services, connect the custom field to matrices, create your job estimate template, connect it to your documents, then create your on-site estimate form, then go to your lead or client. Under the A for Auto Assist, create the shortcut. You're ready to go. Create the estimate by creating the data in the on-site estimate form and pulling up the estimate area in SA and connecting the template. All that loads in. And with any luck, as I pull over the other screen here, we should have an estimate ready for us to go. And let's take a look here. All right, so in my email inbox, just pulled this up, Callahan's Lawn Care, ready to go. Click here to view my proposal. And Ryan, first step, select the service you want. Step 2, accept and sign. I'm recommending when we set up our grid that we probably only have 2 columns, but for this example, I've got the service name, description, and the amount. Client will click down here, click it, scroll through, probably watch some videos hopefully you've made about what's included, not included, and overcome any sales or price objections. Click here to sign the estimate with their finger or their mouse. Save and accept. So Callahan's Corner, you ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. How to create an on-site estimate form for delegatable estimates coming into the spring rush, where we should be getting those estimates out. And with this process in my lawn care company, each estimator was able to get out between about 38 and 42 estimates per day on-site driving around. If you can't quote it over the phone, you need to do on-site estimates. This is the process. Otherwise, close them on the phone, lock them up on those gateway services downsell, and then use this on-site estimate form to collect the data in your first property inspection. So you have all the data to all the rest of the estimates live in person over the phone.